my mind you can't control. Running wild, can't calm down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
That thumbs up button as you're coming in.
We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
Beautiful faces. Very sound.
I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind. And I won't let you go. I need you by my side. I'm done, I'm gone. Don't run from the truth. You're lost. Now I know you play me just like a flute. I still can't believe you had me on a leash, cutting all my teeth with all the lies you breathe. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind. And I won't let you go. I need you by my side. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. so you and me will kiss the sky goodnight. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. I know where we can go, where the sunrise lasts forever, and it's all you and me. We'll kiss the sky goodnight. Come get lost with me. 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 Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again.
Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Hello, hello, hello again. Good to see you all. Thank you for joining me for the continued of part 2. It is May 23rd, 2024, 9:12 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Sorry about the intro. It sometimes on my original intro, if I like change if I like go to a different page or something, it'll freeze and I don't know. So I just started another one. Thank you, our beloved lip lock. Welcome to everyone coming in. Please remember to tap that thumbs up. And please consider becoming a member. That's so nice. Thank you, lip lock. Good to see you all. I thought we could go down memory lane but first I want to let you guys know I will be in Tennessee for Summer's Day and probably before that. Um, Miss Chewy, sharing and caring with Miss Chewy, Friday, June 14th, doing a flyer distribution and gathering. Rogersville Municipal Park, Rogersville, Tennessee, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Come join us, everyone. The lovely Jinkies will be there. I believe Loli will be there. And it's beautiful photo Summers Guardians. So June 14th at the Municipal Park in Rogersville from 3 to 5 p.m. Make sure you don't miss that. Look how beautiful Summer is there. Aw. She is so loved, y'all. She's so loved. I pray to God that she is found. That's what we pray. Muscles, you should try to come this year. Anyone who is, within, a decent, couple hour drive, 3, 4, 5 hour drive, it's doable. So come and see us. I'll be there. This is sadly the third, you know, time we've done this. And I hope that one day soon we can continue this, but Summer's case will be solved and we can do this and continually, put these flyers out, these children's faces out that are missing. Thumbelina, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your super sticker. Very kind of you, my dear. Thank you so much for your support. All right, guys. So this is where we left off. I want to thank Chris with the interview room. He was and is been on Summer's case. He went in the very beginning of when Summer first went missing, interviewed Candace and Allie and Hunter and all of them, and it still 3 years later gives us so much valuable information because, as you and I know, when someone goes missing in a case, those around accounts are very important. And as time slips away, memories fade, uh, and it's very important just the first little while to get what they said and stick to it, right? Yeah. And there is a lot deceased in the last 3 years, right? Allie, Jose, Sherry. It's been a craziness, just craziness. This case has been insane to say the least. Now we got a new case. So that's Sebastian Rogers, and that's been very, 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 very crazy itself. Nerdy, hello, my dear. I never thought we would be here almost 3 years later with no answers, no updates, no arrest, and no justice. I know. I know. And, nerdy chat, that's what I'm praying that's not going to happen in Sebastian's. But I'll be honest with you, it's it's feeling I pray to God in heaven that I am wrong, but that's what it's feeling like with Sebastian's as well. Now, the thing about Sebastian's case is, you know, the they're in the middle of nowhere, right? They're in a nice neighborhood. So there's more of a chance that maybe, even though they say there's not any him on video anywhere, but we don't know what the law enforcement shares with us. Um, they can lie to us, right? I pray her brothers continue to be safe and away from Don and Grandis. I think you mean Candace. I still wonder if they know something about what happened to Summer. I don't know. I don't know. Are the parents the prime suspects in Summer's case too? Sorry, I wasn't watching YouTube during Summer's disappearance. Carmelita. So it's very similar to Chris and Katie. Um, I would say the majority of people think that Dawn and Candace or Grandis, the grandmother, that they know something at the very least. However, law enforcement has said, again, very similar in Sebastian's case, that they don't know what happened to Summer. They have not named out names as suspects in Summer's case. Um, the only thing that they have done is said that Don and Candace are not cooperating with the investigation, and that came from Ronnie Lawson. Now, Candace, she has 7 children. Um, 4 with Dawn, which is Summer and her brothers, 3 boys and their Summer. And then she had 3 more other children at different points in her life. All of them have been removed from Candace. So, but I think majority of people thinks that Dawn, Candace, or Grandis, at the very least, know more. Now there are people that strongly support Dawn and Candace that say absolutely not. I don't believe that they know anything. I don't believe that they did anything. They're few and far between, but there are people out there um, that strongly believe in their innocence. I am not one of those people. I believe, particularly Dawn, but also Candace knows exactly where Summer is, and she spells it, yeah, Candus. Yes. I believe they know exactly where their daughter is. I think, you're not a good person if you have 7 children and you have not raised any of them and you don't give a wooden nickel, in my opinion. Never tried to get him back. That's my
I gotta
opinion.
stop. I can't do my life. Man. I gotta have a cigarette. Sorry.
No, good, light it up.
I just don't.
Light it up,
no,
girl.
I don't want to breathe in.
No, go blow it. Go. I'm not gonna. Don't worry about me. You should see me drive. I'm a mess when I drive.
You can't drive like
Yep, Shadow.
You got a lot going on, Candace. I respect you. I'm sorry that you're having all this problem. And no matter what we say, you or me, somebody's going to question
it
it.
doesn't matter what I say or do or try to prove to people. Somebody's always going to twist my stuff.
Right.
You see, with people will say, well, people's going to be twisting and turning, just like Candace said there. Well, you don't really have to twist anything Candace has said or, anything like that, because she handed out flyers once for summer in the entire 3 years, on her own accord, not someone, uh, breaking their back, carrying the desk and the tents and getting everything situated for her to just show up and take a nice picture in front of a table. But and that was when she had the boys. It was within the first month of Summer going missing. It was actually within the first couple weeks of Summer going missing, and the boys were still at the house. And the boys actually helped out with the posters and stuff like that. So that was not too long after Summer went missing. But Candace has done enough on her own in the past, in her life, that it's really sad that 7 lives, just absolutely don't, you know, she just didn't care. She just did not care. I just don't think some people are meant to be mothers. I don't think Candace has the wherewithal to actually really be a mother and a caretaker. I don't think she was brought up with that. I mean, she, you know, Grandis was out running around most of her life, Candace's childhood, and she was with this older man who was born in, like, 1920 or 30 or something like that. He was old.
And for that one woman to go on there that works with Allie, she don't know me and my kids. She don't know what they do every day. Most of my boys were here. They tell you.
I've seen a lot of your pictures.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes.
Candace did take a lot of pictures. I give her that. She did take a lot of pictures of her kids. And she did take them places. And I think that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I'm sure that was lots of good memories for the kids. But also I think she did it just as much for herself, because I don't know, I think she's kind of like a kid herself almost sometimes. I just don't think she just knows how to care for anyone. I just don't, I think some people have it in them and some people just don't, and I just don't think she does, based upon having 7 children and multiple states, multiple different times in her life, and all of them said she was not capable. That's not my opinion. That's not my opinion. That is an absolute fact. It's an absolute fact.
You know what I mean? It that speaks a lot. That says a lot. Nobody's perfect, though, right?
No, I'm not perfect.
I'm not perfect by any means, shape, or thought.
Never have been perfect. Never meant to try to be perfect.
And me neither. I mean, you.
I am a person just like you.
Yep.
Or your wife.
That's
or
right.
That person out there on that jet
Yep.
ski.
That's right.
I'm no different than anybody else.
We all make mistakes. There's no question about that. No question about it.
I think Candace is probably doing the best she has ever done in her life right now, where she is at, and that is just, taking care of herself, and she's happily uh, up on her hill with her and Don. And I think that is what she has probably always wanted, and she's in the best shape she's ever been.
I can't even enjoy life without my kids.
Help me understand what you mean by that.
Like how these guys are out here having fun with their family and stuff. I can't even go in that water and pretend to even have fun because what's the point? She's not here to enjoy it with.
You know, I lost a son.
Yeah, you were saying that.
I know that hole. I know there's a depth of pain that nobody understands until you have been in that hole. Okay? And
I've been in this hole twice now.
help me understand that.
Well, once when my mom called me and said that they couldn't find my little sister Rosie.
Okay.
When she disappeared. And that was heartbreaking. But
So in 2009, Candace's sister, Rosemary Bly, she went missing in what was it, St. Croix Falls or something like that, Wisconsin. And she was a mother of two, and she has still not been found to this very day.
my daughter?
It's rare for someone to go missing in the family to begin with, but one going missing in 2009, the other one going missing in 2021. That's just unheard of.
That's
Both unsolved.
twice as worse.
Right.
You might as well just rip my chest out, throw it out there for the fish to eat because it's worthless without her. I try to be strong for my boys. I try to have hope. I
That was
just-
like a winter. This is the part where the most emotional that she had been. She said, "I've been in this hole twice now." I bet Grandis said that to Candace. Interesting hair curlers. How old was Rose? What, she was she was 21 when she first went missing. And you can tell it's Candace's sister. I think Candace was probably very jealous of her. Did Grandis unalive her daughter? Maybe. I don't think Grandis did. Actually, I don't think anyone of the family did. I really don't. I don't believe so.
I feel like everybody is against me.
here's the time where Candace is having a hard time.
It's all right. You wanna rest for a minute? You wanna take a break for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah. Take your time. Nobody else is here. They're all gone. Everybody left. You know, the world today is so different than it used to be even 10 years ago because of, people can get on, this little device and say, he's lying, she's lying, he's this, that, and they do it about me too. You're right. It's just so
They do it about
out of
every
control
creator.
I've
almost.
really never seen so much hate in my life until now.
I believe it.
Honestly.
I believe it. I believe it. Because I think everybody wants to help, but they don't know how to help. So when they hear indiscrepancies, okay, automatically that take, what is that?
Beef.
Oh man, don't get stung on me now. You'll be
I'm not
blaming me
allergic.
for
I'm good.
for a bee sting. But they don't know how to help, or they want to help, and then of course there's one discrepancy on YouTube or wherever, and next thing you know it just gets crazy. I mean, I've had people say, "Oh, you paid Hunter to talk to him." Seriously? Am I paying you? No.
I don't want your money.
And I wouldn't offer it. Okay.
I don't want nobody's money.
I'm not here
I just
for that.
want my daughter.
I'm here
That's
for
all I
that
want.
reason. That's why I'm here. Okay. That is why I'm here. I'm not interfering with the investigators. I'm letting them
I'm not neither. I'm gonna let them do their job.
let them do their thing.
Do their job.
Let them do their thing.
That's all.
Okay. And you came down here on your own to walk
Sure.
me through this.
Yes, sir.
I credit you for that. I respect you for that.
True, Kennedy.
And somebody's going to find something wrong with it, though.
Of course they will.
I'm giving you a heads up. Okay.
Oh, I already know this.
All right. I'm just telling you. Okay.
That's how the world is today.
It is. Now, the other side of that, okay, is if there is a suspicious person or somebody like that now you mentioned, or Don, I can't remember in the first interview, Don had mentioned that on the news, he mentioned that he thought that she was abducted. How did that conclusion come so quickly? Help me understand that.
Because she never wanders.
Okay.
She always stays right there by the house, right there by the swing.
Okay.
She'll go to grandma's, but she'll be right back to the house.
Okay.
She'll never leave the house. She'll never go out of my sight.
Okay. So what did you tell Dawn at work when you called
I
him?
just said she was missing. I can't find her. That's
Okay.
all I said.
Do you remember where?
Well, she went missing. You couldn't find her. Well, I mean, if you went straight down into the bedroom, if she went straight down into the bedroom, there was no time, right? She would have had to have been grabbed as soon as she went straight down
He
there.
was that day? What job site he was
I
on?
believe he was in Jonesboro at the Meadows, I believe.
Okay, and he's hanging drywall?
No, he's finishing drywall.
Okay, so he's a finisher.
Yeah.
Okay, a taper.
Yep.
Got it. And do you help him?
Well, I tried to help him yesterday, but I just...
Yesterday when I called you, is that where you were working?
Yeah,
You told me you were working, and you said you were going to go to church,
Yep.
and you went to church.
Yep,
Okay.
I sure did.
So you did all the things you told me you were going to
Yes,
do.
sir.
And I got it. Okay, so that all lined up. Okay. And now, when you called him, what was his reaction?
He's like, what, are you playing with me? I was like, no, I'm not playing. He's like, call 911, and that's what I did.
Okay.
That was all that was said.
Okay. What was Grandma doing?
Grandma was out hollering for
Okay.
as much as she could. She can't really get down my driveway's horrible. Horrible.
Right.
I don't know if you ever been out there.
I went to your end.
No, remember, Grandis said that they sent the boys over the hill and prayed to God that nobody else would kidnap them either. the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life, but that was their answer.
I didn't go up.
Right, it's horrible out there. The
Okay.
driveway's next. Every time it rains, all the gravel goes into the creek.
Okay. Is Don home now?
No, he's actually at work.
Okay. Do you think you could show me where she was, where you were, and so we
At
could?
my house?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Is that cool?
That's fine.
Okay. Well, let's head up there.
All right. And okay, this wasn't it. Okay. We're going to do the next one, which is, am I muted? Okay, I want to make sure I'm not muted. This is the uncut version. With Chris from the interview room. Uncut version. Now, this is Allie, for those of you that don't know. This is Hunter's mother. He was a minor at the time. Her son, Hunter, was picked up by Candace on June 15th, 2021. He was taken from her house here, and he bought her alcohol and all of that stuff. She has passed away. This is Allie's grandmother. We call her Grandbun. And of course, this is Chris.
My mother started the friendship. She had met Candace and the kids and her mom down here at the Santa train.
And you have a good Irish name.
Thank you.
I'm McDonough, so Cladow ring.
They had met Candace down at the Santa train.
Okay.
And then she slowly
And we're going to hear Sandra
introduced Candace to us and her mother.
Okay. So that your introduction to Candace was through your mom.
Yes.
Okay. And what was your first impression? You're next. I see you're begging to jump in here, Allison. I love it already.
No, Leslie.
Leslie, I was just testing her. Okay. You passed too.
Leslie is sitting here, and Hunter will be sitting here in a little bit. Leslie,
So
friend of the family.
what was that? What was your first impression?
Someone that was looking for a friendship. Nice, you know.
Yep.
I
A good person.
Yeah.
Just out looking for a friend. Okay. And over time, how did that friendship evolve?
We got close. She was like a sister to me. And those kids meant the world to me. Little Summer still does. Even the boys. It just kills me that she's gone. And, you know, so,
Candace was dirty and washed, and she did let her kids run all over, and
She said Candace was dirty, and she never washed, and she let her kids run all over her.
didn't make them mind.
Make them mind.
So, and did that strike you?
Yes, and I did not like her.
Okay. 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 And you're a great grandma, so you have that sense on whether you can tell, right? I mean, knowing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, when were the highs and when were the lows?
we did. She had went to Utah, well, Wisconsin, over the summertime. She came back just before school started for the kids. And we did family things with my kids and her kids.
Right.
We
And
went
your
on
mom?
walks and hikes. No, my mom had a falling out with her.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And over time, it's just started falling apart.
And how much time do you think it took?
A couple months for me to realize
And what did you realize?
she was using me.
Okay, describe that for me.
Let's see, I put food in her house to feed her kids and her.
I do believe Allie really did help out quite a bit with the kids. I really do believe that. Allie kind of, she went up and down herself, right? With, I'm trying not to speak ill about anyone deceased, but she had her problems herself. But at this time, I think Allie was doing the best she could.
And her mom. I've had money come up missing, which I never told anyone.
Okay.
And it's pretty obvious where it went because there's only 3 adults in the house at the time. The rest were kids. Kids can't go down in the store because there's not one that's here. So where'd it go?
And where did you think the money was going?
I don't
What's your gut?
know. Probably drugs.
Okay. What kind of drugs?
Well, she came out and told me she was a recovering meth addict.
Okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't strike me as having the characteristics of somebody who is obviously under the influence of meth all the time.
I'll be honest with you. I think Candace may have tried mathematics, but I don't think she was the type to really do the math that often. I think she was more of someone to drink a lot and do other substances.
Sorry? Booze. She drink a lot.
Oh, yeah, every night at 5:30.
I'm not saying she didn't do meth. Don't misunderstand me, right? I mean, I don't
She never
know.
did it for me. She always smoked weed.
Okay. Yeah. Who
And,
doesn't smoke weed today, though, right?
Me.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, oh, yeah. So we got 4 at the table here. Okay.
And
I can afford it.
she drinks every night.
At least Leslie said
She
she's
drinks a
on.
nice sized bottle of R&R
Okay.
every night.
Okay.
I mean a nice sized jar.
How about a lot of times in this area, I know there's a big meth problem. What other kind of drugs are on the streets up here? How are
I mean, I don't judge people who do smoke,
pills doing up
you
here?
know,
Yeah.
And what kind of
grass.
pills?
I don't care,
Oh no,
With
I don't
that.
really hear about the pills. I hear about the meth.
but I don't do
Leslie?
it.
Well, you hear pain pills,
Opioids? Like oxy?
that pain patch. They said on the news the other day that it's running rapid here.
Now, this is Leslie here. She worked at Walmart with Allie, and Leslie was very much like Hunter's mom. When Leslie died, she died very unexpectedly. I'm sure that was very hard on Hunter. But she is deceased now.
Fentanyl.
Yeah,
She is deceased, and she is deceased.
the fentanyl patches.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here in West Virginia, right? I mean, West Virginia, there's a town in West Virginia. I think it's Morganstown. And they had like 22 people OD on
Huntington, Chris Huntington.
fentanyl in a single day. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. So
How did she died of what, a heart attack? Heart attack?
at some point, 3 or 4 months into it, correct me if I'm wrong, okay, your relationship kind of dissolved, but it maintained.
Longer than
It
that.
was longer than that.
It was the start of the second year.
It was about the end of August, early September.
Okay.
And then I really cut ties at the end of September, early October.
In that time, how was she treating the children?
She'd smack them and beat them.
Describe that.
Well, let's see. One time her son wanted a drink. She said no. He threw it on the floor, so she went over and railed his ass.
Is that normal? Would you describe that as a mom from your mom's position? Would that be out of the norm, or even that raised your eyebrows?
It raised my eyebrows. Like I don't beat my kids.
Okay. Did you say anything to her?
I said, why'd you hit him for?
Ask her who unplugged the freezer.
Not me.
What hose unplugged? Now we can't have pizza snacks.
Well, plug it back in.
I did.
Yes. Leslie passed way before Allie. Way before Allie.
But in between this, you should ask Leslie. Because Leslie was there before all this.
So you've known Candace longer.
No.
No, I met Candace on her birthday. See, me and her worked together.
Okay.
So I came over for her birthday party. And they had a swimming pool up out back. It's a little swimming pool.
Listen to this.
And her kids and Candace's kids was playing in the pool. And some of the kids had got out and was eating a snack while we was cooking hamburgers and stuff. And two of her boys was in the pool and they was horse playing. And this really, what she done really got to me.
Okay.
I mean, they're kids. They're going to play in the pool.
Right.
They're going to get rough. You know, they're boys.
Right.
And because they got rough, horse playing in the pool, she made them get out. And back here behind the house, there's a driveway. And she made the two boys get out of the pool, wet, and lay down, stomach down on blacktop.
It was hot. Really hot.
That left an impression with you.
It left an impression so bad. I looked at her and Allison's mom, Sherry. I said, I do not like this bitch. Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Leslie
told Allison,
told like
I
it
said,
was.
this swimming pool is going down. I said, those kids did not deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
I walked out, picked the swimming pool up, and dumped it. Turned around and walked back in the house. I did not want to be around her the rest of the evening. I didn't, because if I would have been, honestly, I would have went to jail.
Right.
And you want to ask me how I felt about that?
Right.
That is abuse. Those children could have got seriously burnt.
Right. No, I agree. I agree that if that ground is just unbelievably hot.
And with them being wet,
Right. Yeah, it's just like oil and water and grease. It just
and
fries
it
them
just-
up. How did she react?
she just laughed.
She doesn't care.
She doesn't care.
She doesn't care.
Her and her mom both just laughed.
Crazy.
Well, that certainly has left an impression on you, Leslie.
Yes, it does. I don't like her. I
Okay.
have nothing for her.
Right.
And I told that one right there when we was at work.
Right.
Every day she was off work, she was at Walmart spending money for them.
Okay.
Every day.
For the children. I know what you mean by for them, for the children. Am I right? Me helping the kids move forward.
Those kids, all they would eat is dollar pizzas.
How did they
Dollar pizzas.
how do they have the cars that they drive? That kind of stuff.
The ones that are on the property, see, I only knew that
Beth, all Chris has he works for the Cold Case Foundation. He asked Dawn and Candace to talk to some of the people at the Cold Case Foundation, and they would get in touch with TBI or Hawkins County, and they have never done that to this day, and that's probably been a year ago at this point. So the Cold Case Foundation, would see if they could assist in any way. That's what they do. But in my opinion, Don and Candace don't want it solved.
At first, when I first met him, I only knew that Candace had a green Suburban. Donnie had a black truck, which Candace had sold when she came back from her trip from Wisconsin. She sold her husband's truck because he took his white truck with him to Utah.
Okay.
And there's other trucks on the property too that were not sold yet. There was a blue one that used to sit as you came out her front door. It used to sit right there in the yard.
Okay.
Next to the tree where the swing was.
Okay.
That's been moved over by the mother's trailer.
Since the incident?
Get it right, the mother's camper.
Well, the mother's camper, I call it trailer. But from what I've seen in the pictures, it's been moved over by the camper.
No,
But it didn't have any wheels.
It didn't have no wheels, no insides. It didn't even have an engine.
So let's talk about the
House
day.
was filthy.
Yes.
So you tell her that. You tell him
The
that.
house was nasty.
I didn't go up there because I didn't like her. I always stay here.
What's your impression of Dawn?
The house was past nasty. The house was past nasty. That's for certain. Now, Allie, she always kept a pretty clean home. She really did. No matter what, Allie always. Last time I was there, it was around Christmas time. I went to knock on her door, and you could see the Christmas tree up, and you could see like the kids' shoes. They were all lined up, and she always kept the place clean.
Yeah.
He seemed like an outgoing guy at first. You know, he has his problems.
Like we all do, right?
I
He
did not
loved-
know him.
He loved Summer to death.
Yeah.
That was his pride and joy.
Yeah.
That was his pride and joy.
Is he still around? There's a rumor that he's kind of evaporated. Is that true? If you know.
The last time I knew he was around.
Okay. And of course, you know how things are. You know, people don't know unless they're here, right?
But
He's
he
been
was-
acting a little loony on Facebook lately,
Yeah. Oh boy.
and on the his interviews on TV.
Right.
Like first he started saying stuff about God and how he wanted the people that stole his daughter punished by cruel means, and then he went to saying something about Jezebel, and now everyone has to answer to the prophet. Like
With Don, for those of you that don't know, you're going to hear a lot of religion, a lot of specific wording, things about resurrection, seer in the resurrection, Jezebel. You're going to hear what's the woman that was in the church of I forget her name. It's on the tip of my tongue. Alan, it starts with the name. What is her name? Aline, something like that. But anyway, you're going to hear a lot of religious talk, and those that know Don, you can ask him like, no, not Roma, Ellen White. Thank you, Sin. Ellen White. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, guys. You know, those that knew Don, you ask him if he's a religious person, and everyone always said, Don religious? But I think he became religious shortly, probably before Summer went missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he has really hurt this family.
But still did his stuff.
by throwing me and my son under the bus. Oh,
Well, you know, people do different things. Penny, for your thoughts, Leslie, where you at?
Honestly, I think Candace done something to her because Candace was jealous of that little baby.
Why though? Why would?
Because that baby was getting Donnie's attention.
Okay. So it's a pull between dad or the child.
See, and a little
Is
dark,
that right? Is that what you're saying?
and a little dark secret that no one knows. Candace's mom told me this one. When they found out that they were pregnant with Summer, Candace's mom was supposed to adopt Summer
Because she was a girl.
because she was a girl.
Oh,
They wanted
interesting.
boys. She wanted boys. But Donnie,
Wanted a girl.
Yeah.
And he got his girl.
Yeah.
So let's.
Honestly, I don't feel that Donnie has anything to do with it. I may be wrong.
I disagree with her.
Was he at work that day? Do you know?
we don't know for sure.
Does anybody know for sure? Who would I talk to that would know that?
Probably the TBI.
Yeah, I don't want to go to TBI right now. They're doing their own thing, and I don't want to get involved in that piece of it. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I don't want to jeopardize any type of information they may have. Or
And I mean,
Don has more photos of him being in jail. Candace and Don have so many mugshots.
Well, that kind of
It's
stuff.
Incredible.
when she would have Summer, even here, and if I was here, I would keep my distance because I didn't like the way she done her kids.
Mhm.
And everybody's like, call DCS, call DCS. DCS has been called so many times on this woman, it's not even funny. So what the Facebook people don't realize, there has been people try to step in.
No,
She avoids them.
sure,
Like the
sure.
plague.
Okay.
She would see them pull in her driveway. She would lock the door and not let them in.
Candace was a professional at the DCS, the CPS. This was definitely not her first rodeo. What mother would be jealous of their daughter has father who loves her? They gotta be cracked out on drugs. I guess Candace is happy now because yep. Candace has Dawn to herself, and that's what she's always wanted.
So they're
I mean, what are
Then
we
they would make
supposed to do?
appointments with them
right. I get it.
to come back and do their house check and, the pee test, and they would ward them.
So I have a question for you. That day, walk me through what you remember.
I remember her showing up that morning
And what time was that?
about 10, between 10 and 10:30.
All right.
She asked if Hunter could go fishing with her in Summer because her mother was in the emergency room because of her knee.
Okay.
Because I guess a couple weeks back, they took her a trip to Gatlinburg and the boys were kicking the grandmother in the knee.
Oh my.
She
No.
didn't have the boys with them that day.
She didn't have any of the boys.
So it was just Summer and Candace
and
Grandma.
Yep.
Was Grandma in the truck as well, or in the vehicle?
Not when they first picked Hunter up, no.
Okay. So she comes
She was
over.
at the hospital.
Okay. So she comes over. What vehicle is she driving?
She was driving her mom's Silverado.
Okay, that's what I remember you saying. That's why I said truck. Okay, so she pulls up, and does she stop where? Right about,
Here,
right out front.
between the pole and my mailbox
Okay.
to pick Hunter up.
Now, I believe Allie is lying here. Allie said that she went out to see Summer, and Summer was asleep, and that is not true. That is not true. She did not go out and check to see if Summer was there.
All right.
She came in, she goes, "Can Hunter go fishing with me for a little while?" I said, "Sure."
Did she text you before?
Nope, she just
She
showed
just
up.
showed up.
Yep.
How did that strike you?
She was always trying to show and talk to me. She was the first. When me and her stopped talking, she was stopping by my mom's, talking to the kids, talking to my mom.
Now, Allie, she lives. It's just like a street, and there's kind of similar houses down through here, and then over. If you go over, I don't know if it'll show it again, but in front of her house right here, uh, on down, there's uh like like a pool area and like a splash pad and all that. There's a lot of things that kids can do, so I can see that a lot of kids would, like to be in that area. Last year when I was there, there was all kinds of people just in that area of kids, trying to cool off and jump in the splash pad and the pool area and all that. But yeah, Allie did admit she lied there.
Can Hunter go fishing with me for a little while? I said, sure.
Did she text you before?
No, she just
She
showed
just
up.
showed up.
Yep.
How did that strike you?
She was always trying to show and talk to me. She was the first. When me and her stopped talking, she was stopping by my mom's, talking to the kids, talking to my mom, unexpectedly, And I didn't think anything of it at that time. I'm like, okay, yeah, Hunter can go fishing. He loves Summer to death. That's like his little sister.
They're buds.
Yep. She's like a daughter to me. And I didn't hear from him for a while. She dropped Hunter off between 2 and 2:30, right where your truck is.
Okay.
But her front end was facing the telephone pole.
So she's going this direction.
Yes.
Okay.
When she dropped Hunter off, it was her mom, Hunter, and Summer. And Summer was leaning against 2 gallons of milk.
Okay.
I said, oh, look at her.
Candace doesn't really talk about her sister that much. She rarely talks about her. I think Candace was jealous of her, to be quite honest with you.
I asked her.
Candace was known for having a very kind of jealous spirit. I don't know how she is now, but at a point in time, she was known to be having
Summer
a very
was,
jealous spirit.
She was sleeping.
What side of the back seat was she at? Do you remember?
Hunter was on the driver's side, and Summer was right there in the middle.
Okay, so it made sense if she's pulling this way that Hunter's going to get out on this side. Okay, it makes sense. Okay. And so she's on the other side or in the middle?
She's in the middle.
Okay.
Like against the milk, gallons of milk.
I agree.
Against the 2 gallons of milk.
Okay.
And I said, oh, look at her. I said, isn't she hot? I said, I wish I could wake her up and, give her a hug. No, you can't.
And the windows.
And the windows were up.
What did Hunter say? Because he was sitting next to her.
Hunter said she was alive.
Okay.
That they were watching TikTok videos.
Oh, interesting.
When they went into the store.
Yep. Because Hunter has a timeline of where they went and what they did. And they had stopped at the store before they dropped Hunter off. That's where the 2 gallons of milk came from.
Okay.
And the groceries.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to interrupt your timeline of that day, but
So for those of you that don't know, it's this right here. This is Summer, the last known photo of Summer. Right there. And this was on the way home. Grandis snaps a photo of Summer. There's a video of it too. It's probably less than 2 seconds, probably less than a second actually. And Allie saying that she saw Summer like this, but she was lying. She did not.
They need to go to the Walmart on Fort Henry.
Okay.
and have them look back at the cameras because
Westbound Drive, she can't go to Fort Homer.
because she got escorted out for the way she was yelling at those kids. Don't you remember?
Oh, yeah.
That day?
No. Prior to that,
Okay.
she had gotten.
Candace has gotten kicked out of Walmart. She can't go into any Walmarts in the country because she got kicked out of going to Walmarts for, I guess, screaming and carrying on and threatening to unalive
Arrested.
someone.
Well, cited on Walmart on Fort Henry Drive property.
Okay.
Her and my mom went to Walmart, and they had the kids with them. And she wanted them to help her fix a cell phone that she had bought from there. They told her they couldn't do it. Well, I guess she got really mad and upset, and she said,
She went down the toilet.
well, first before she went down 12, she said something about blowing this place up.
Oh. Yeah.
So they got security.
Tactical error, right?
So they got security. Security called 911.
Sure.
They let her go their own way in the store. They found.
I mean, you know what kind of person you gotta be to be kicked out of Walmart? like seriously being kicked out of Walmart. I can't even imagine. Oh my god.
Them in the toy aisle, brought them up front to the security room, and she was arrested, but she wasn't put in handcuffs or taken them to central office for booking
Because
She
of
was-
COVID.
because of COVID. She
Got
was released on a ticket,
Got it. OR.
and
Own
she's banned.
reconnaissance.
I guess she's banned from that Walmart.
Okay. So let's go back to the truck share. Summer's on the other side with the melt. Hunter gets out. You ask Hunter, or you talk to
Candace.
Candace about wanting to talk to Summer.
Yep.
What happens?
She said no. I wasn't allowed to wake her up.
Okay. So she's sleeping?
To me, she appeared sleeping.
Okay. Did it look like to you she was sleeping?
At the time, yes.
Okay.
But now that I look back on it, I really don't know.
Okay. Fair enough.
And it just kills me. Because, now that I look back on it, it's like, was she really alive? Was she sleeping?
What's your gut as a mom? I mean, with Hunter coming in and saying, "Mom, we were watching TikTok videos." I mean, for her to hurt her between the TikTok video stop and home here with Hunter in the car, that would have been kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, I believe she was alive here.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, where would you put her being alive?
10
And where would Hunter put her?
out of 10.
Okay.
Because he sat here and he said where exactly what they were doing. She was giggling, watching TikToks and everything. And he said she fell asleep because she was tired. And that was right before they pulled up. So.
And then what happened?
They left her around 2:30.
How long were they here?
About 5-10 minutes.
Did she get out of the truck?
Nope.
Stayed in the truck?
They had to go right away. They wouldn't.
They were parked out there for about 5 minutes because I was talking to them.
I know, but when you started to ask them,
Yeah, I said, well, you want to come up on the porch and,
Hang out.
yeah, like.
And thank you for the invitation, by the way, to
You're
come up on your porch. It's very
Yeah.
kind.
Because I wanted to hear how the fishing trip went and everything. That's when I found out that they went swimming instead of fishing.
Okay. She told you they went swimming.
Yep.
And where'd she tell you they went?
stable.
At the Warriors Path at the stables.
Okay. At the stables?
Yep.
Yeah, because so we went down there, and it looks like it goes right to the water. Miss Leslie, you want to say something? Okay. It goes right to the water, and then there's that path that goes around. Do you know what part of that area they went to? Maybe Hunter can help me. And what I would like to ask, I don't want to get him on camera. Okay, are you all good with that? Okay, but what I would like is maybe turn the chair so he's facing that way, so I can sit on the other side of him, because I think he's got a lot of really important information, and it will do two things. And we're going to cut all this, by the way, so don't, do two things. Number one, if he talks about it, okay, it's going to help him, number one. Number two, okay, people are throwing him under the bus like left and right, okay? And I'm hoping to alleviate some of that pressure, okay? Now, Miss Candace can be mad at you all day long, and so can Don. Right, exactly. But a 15-year-old boy does not need to be, thrown under the bus with social media and all the other things going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if we kind of eliminate some of that conversation to really what happened, then all the speculation goes away, and Hunter is able to say, okay, I'm good over here. Has he talked? I'm assuming he's talked to TBI, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Three times.
Extensively, right.
Yep.
Do they have any questions about him?
Nope.
Okay. Do you have any doubt about that? Okay. Okay, so that said, then if it's okay, not now, after we're done talking, I'll sit over. Karen, you sit behind right where you're at. We'll put Hunter over here next to Miss Leslie, move her over here. We want everybody here, so there's no secrets, right? Because I don't operate that way, okay? And plus, he's going to feel more comfortable with especially this young lady here, because boy, did I listen to you protect that young man, and good for you. Now.
Oh no, that one in there,
Yeah.
her kids
Yeah.
are just like my kids.
Okay. And I'm going to put something on the table, okay, that I understand, we understand probably more than the next person. We lost a son who was 20 years old.
Now, remember whenever Candace went over and spoke to Hunter, and she was not supposed to, in the very, very early days. Does anyone remember that? I always wondered what she told him. Remember that, BB? She knew better to not go over there. And I can tell you for a fact that Candace constantly continued to speak with Hunter daily, absolutely daily, when it comes to her speaking with Hunter through Facebook video. And Hunter said that Candace wanted to know what he told law enforcement. Yeah. If you tell the truth, you don't, only in my opinion, a guilty person would say something like that. So you're going to say, well, what did you tell law enforcement? Told them the truth. That's all you need to know. Back on out. Can you imagine the pressure that he had to be under? What I gathered from H is that Candace went over the timeline. Jim to ride on Candace's mountain would be over. I mean, I think you know what I think they should have done in the very beginning? I think they should have hauled Candace's mother chicken butt down there, and I think they should have arrested her for supplying alcohol to a minor and then broke her down that way. get her in there in the room. They can start interrogating the what out of her. They should have took her in there for supplying to a minor and broke her down that way. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, they've got photos. They've got photos of literally uh Candace would take photos of younger, you know, men with, having their shirts off and stuff at her house, and Dawn would supply them alcohol, and I thought you would say theft, but for screaming, that is the next level for Walmart. Just she didn't she that was the whole Walmart thing was before Summer went missing, but the reason she got kicked out of Walmart is because of um she threatened to you know implode the place. They got to get tougher on these. I mean, I think so. I think Hawkins County carried her with kid gloves. Um, that's okay. Always. Do you remember that after this happened to Summer, Hunter told his dad, "I'm in trouble." Yeah, but to be a 15-year-old boy at the time, I can't imagine. Um, when you and I were 15 years old, there wasn't social media, right? Um, and just, most of us did not have um, our mother's friend supplying us with alcohol and probably doing something way worse uh, on top of that, if you get my drift. I I th- uh I just don't see. I think there was more to it with Hunter and Candace. I do. I think he's probably way too embarrassed to talk about it. Um, Shauna, I have not got to look, honey. I'm sorry, Mohawk. Um, wasn't that over herself? And what did Mohawk say? That was the carjacking. What are you talking about? BB Diamond, if your texts are showing only your text, exit out of the chat because mine freezes all the time. It's YouTube. Something's going on. Um. Okay, one second. He claimed they were looking for vapes. Oh yeah, they were doing the gang sign.
In 2003, okay, in an accident, okay?
My sister has 4 children.
Yes, ma'am.
Her oldest child was murdered in.
No, listen, Hunter was no saint. Hunter was no saint. But I'll be honest with you, I felt extremely sorry for Hunter. He had nothing. The kid had nothing. He had nobody. He had nothing. He had no one to guide him. He had no one to care. right? He had no one to really protect him. He had no one to root for him, right? I mean, this was a kid of the streets. He really was. I mean, Allie, I mean, literally, I just don't want to speak bad about her, but it was really bad. It was really, really bad. And can you imagine? He had no role model whatsoever. He is a product of his environment. Yeah. Whether he was partying with her, he was partying with her or not. It's again, kids will do what you let them do, right? And if you don't guide them or whatever, um, they go out on their own. He had no one, yet look at what he did have to set examples. Oh, you're fine. Oh yeah. I mean, it was just wasn't a good, he didn't have a dad. I mean, just to be honest with you, can you imagine having your dad as Andrew and your mom as Allie? Or, your mom is, I mean, Candace? Like these type of people, like they're just, it's the very reptilian. You know what I mean? It's just all in the now. Everything is in the now. Thank you. I have come to the conclusion that there are no normal people involved in Summer's case, whatever normal is. Yeah, I would agree.
My driveway.
Okay.
And he was just like my son.
Where was this?
At my house.
Yeah,
No, no,
heard
no.
whistle.
Where? What city?
Kingsport.
Okay.
And
Did
I'll
they-
be honest with you, the way Andrew, the things Andrew did recently with his son when Allie was dying, and the way it was just disgusting. Just disgusting. It was all disgusting. That whole bit was going on.
they catch the guy? Okay. The only reason I asked you, I was going to say maybe we can help.
I mean,
But it sounds like you got him.
Oh yeah, he was got 45 minutes after he killed him because I chased him down.
See, your heart is pure, Miss Leslie.
And my daughter called me. She said, "Mom, you have to get back here. You have to get back here." And when I pulled back up my driveway, the Bikers Association Against Sex Trafficked and Abused Children.
See her in the back seat. Hunter gets out. He tells you what?
He really didn't say
He
nothing.
didn't really say nothing.
They went in the house.
Okay. Then what happened?
I asked him how fishing went. He goes, "We went swimming." Oh, okay. I asked him how his day was. He goes, "Fine." He didn't tell me anything about what happened.
Nothing.
Nothing. And then his girlfriend's mom came and picked him up about 3 o'clock. And he went with them for a while. Me and Leslie went to the ball field. I left my phone in her car, in her van, because my phone was dead. So we only had hers. We were on the ball field, and we're actually on the opposite side of the ball field. We're watching her grandson practice, because he was playing for the Packers at that time. And her phone rang. It was Hunter. He wanted to speak to me. She gave me the phone. He goes, Mom, you gotta call Candace.
Where was Hunter at when he called you?
He was at his girlfriend's house.
At his girlfriend's house. That's with Leslie.
No.
Know something? We forget how quickly we forget, Thomas. You're right. Dawn said Hunter's sister had a quote body from hell at the time. Dawn is despicable. Despicable. He's absolutely despicable. So despicable. This man has broke in women's homes, stole panties while they were sleeping so he could pleasure himself later. That is not an opinion. That is not what I think. That is a fact. That is a factual statement. Yes, he is. He broke in a woman's house, stood outside her house for 2 hours while he broke in her garage area. And yes, court record. I have read those out on J Frey. Yes, and an arrest record. I don't think Allie knows anymore. No. I think if anyone I think if Allie knew anything more, I think if anyone on Ben Hill actually knew what happened, this would have been solved a long time ago with the reward fund, because that is a lot of money for these people here. So I think they would have, they throw each other under the bus for anything to begin with. So I think they would have absolutely told. I think it's people will say, well, I think they know more. Well, I mean, that might sound nice or whatever, but they don't. They don't know more.
No, I thought her name was Leslie too.
His girlfriend's name is
I mean, yeah, there is 3 deceased, and people's like, oh my God, there's 3 deceased. Well, they all died of very natural, well, not natural causes. I mean, Allie died of, she fell, right? And she hit her head or something like that. Leslie died of like a heart attack, and Jose died of an OD. They blurred images on Chris tour. I can't imagine when company isn't over. Oh, yeah, I mean, they're just, since they would throw one another under the bus for the heck of it, they would throw for $73,000. Yeah. They sure would. Stay away from Ben Hill. Ben Hill is a place that is a very weird place. YouTube's glitching. It's terrible. Exactly, Tar. Hold my beer. Ben Hill is just it's weird. That's all I can say. But a felon cannot collect a reward. Well, Allie wasn't a felon. Allie wasn't a felon. Grandis wasn't a felon. That was the question. Do you think Allie was one?
That's okay. I don't need his girlfriend's name.
She's a minor.
Yeah, I don't need his girlfriend's name. Yeah, good
So
call.
here's what
Thank you.
Yes, Tennessee.
and he goes, Candace just called me. Summer's missing. You need to call her. I said, boy, stop pulling my leg. I do not want to talk to her. So, me and Leslie were talking. I said, I don't believe it. I said, she's probably just pulled my leg trying to get me to talk to her. So, we continue watching the football practice. After practice, we went to the drive-thru at the
This
cookout.
isn't
Now, were you-
Eastern Tennessee. This is probably 3 hours. I would say 2.5, 3 hours. Something like that from where
guys
Sebastian
together?
is. Long way.
Okay.
We went through the cookout drive-thru because we had ordered dinner. And we were waiting for our food. I turned my phone on, went on Facebook. There it is, plain as day. A picture of Summer missing that was posted by Hawkins County EMS. I said, Leslie, oh shit, she is missing. So I called her mom, told my mom what was going on. She goes, you're joking. I said, no, I'm not. So then I said, okay. But Mama Bear and me kicked me. I called Candace. She didn't answer. We waited till we got here. I called again. She didn't answer. Hunter tried calling her. She didn't answer. My youngest tried calling her. She answered. Finally, she answered on my youngest's Snapchat. I said, what's wrong? She goes, Summer's gone. I said, how could she just be gone? I just seen you guys not that long ago. I said, what happened from the time you guys got home, from the time you guys left my house, up until she went missing? She said, we came home, we planted flowers on the side of the house. We went in Mom's camper to wash our hands. Summer wanted a piece of candy. Grandma gave her a piece of candy.
When's the last time that Candace and Grandis planted flowers? I bet you they haven't planted them in 3 years.
She wanted to go play with the boys inside the house. Candace told me she walked somewhere over to the house, let her go inside. She went back to the camper, fixed Mom's knee, which didn't even take 10 minutes. Then she went back to the house, asked the boys if they'd seen their sister. They said, no, maybe she's downstairs in the cellar playing. And I said, did you check the cellar? She goes, yeah. I checked it for about 20 minutes. I go, okay, was the door shut and locked? She goes, yes. So that's weird. Like, how does she just come up missing?
And during this conversation,
So she tells Allie allegedly that the doors had been locked and shut when she checked, which is exactly what Chris and Katie say as well. There are 201.24 miles from Rogersville to Hendersonville in west direction and 256 miles by car following the I-40 route. Thank you so much.
I'll shed a tear. Nothing.
I'm shedding a
She
tear.
was walking back and forth in her kitchen playing with her hat on her head.
How do you know that?
Because we were
It was on video chat.
So you were on video chat during all of this. Okay.
All she was doing was talking and yawning.
and playing with her hat. She's like, well, I gotta go to bed soon because I have to get up in the morning because we all have to go down to the station to take a polygraph test.
Have the cops been there yet?
Yeah, she said her mom was outside talking to him that she wasn't going to talk to him.
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
That she wasn't going to talk to the police,
Yep.
No.
but her daughter's missing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then we didn't hear from her the rest of that night. And then Wednesday,
And what time was this around? Do you remember?
About 11:30, 12 o'clock.
PM? So by this time, Summer potentially could have been missing between 6 and 7 p.m.
Hunter called my phone
Yes,
at the ball field at 7:29.
7:29. Hunter calls.
Yep.
Okay, so
Listen, before then.
and so Summer's missing obviously before that time of 7:29.
Who called Hunter?
Candace.
Candace did.
At 6:30?
I don't know what time she called him.
Yeah, right now that timeline's unknown.
I think it had to be right around after 7 because he would call his mother first and tell him he would.
Okay. Then what? Then what took place?
So
Whenever Candace was going down the next day to take her lie detector test, she didn't want to go. They literally came in a cop car, throwed Candace's ass in the back of a cop car, and she called Hunter, the 15-year-old, and says, I'm going down to the police station. They're giving me a lie detector test. Why is this woman, Candace, who's missing a child, calling a 15-year-old? Why do you keep calling a 15-year-old, Candace? Yes. Well, first she pushed her up against the side of the car and said, "What did you do with your daughter?" in a very, very hard way. Yep, sure did. They sure did. They put her on the side of the car. Sure did. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen in my
So
life.
you're
Summer is totally lost. The fucking police in Hawkins County, they're just like, not so much the TBI, I don't guess, but Hawkins County, they're just, Ronnie Lawson, he's too busy with dealing with his shit that he has been dealing with his son. It's like, what is Summer ever going to be found? This is maddening. It just feels like she's forgotten. TBI said, we will not stop until this is found. We're at 3 years. You didn't even do a fucking press conference last year. Didn't even do a press conference last year. Bet you won't do one this year either.
watching her though at around midnight,
yeah, there's no emotion.
and she's playing with her
Yeah,
hat.
she's doing this with her hat.
Is she under the influence of anything at that point?
She seemed a little drunk to me
The drunk?
and high.
Okay. And when you say high,
Yep.
define that for me.
Weed.
Huh?
Weed.
Okay, so like she'd smoke marijuana?
Yep.
Okay. Any other drugs on board, do you think?
Not that I know of.
Okay. From a nurse's perspective, Miss Leslie, what do you think that you've seen?
It wouldn't have put it past me if she hadn't have done a couple of pain pills.
Some pain pills?
Yeah, because her moods would go like this during the whole
Sure.
interview, during the whole time she was talking to me.
Sure.
And whenever it was just like she was up like this, and then you could watch her just.
They were just being smart asses. Whenever I'd like for someone to actually apply for one of those and see if they would hire him, because they wouldn't hire him, in the first place. They're just being smart asses with
Yeah, highs and low. Right. Got it. Now, where are the boys during this chit chat?
Never heard them.
Never heard of him.
Didn't hear them.
Never heard nobody.
Where's Don during all this?
Never heard of him.
You didn't hear him either?
Nope.
And you were watching the same video?
I was sitting right here.
Okay, so it was actually going on right here, meaning you were here when she called. Okay. And then what happened?
We said goodnight, and I told her I'd pray for her, that they find Summer. Next morning.
When you hung up, let me ask her first, because I'm going to get your answer here in a second. You're a mama bear, and a good one, okay? Grandma, you too. I'll ask your opinion. Women have an instinct, okay? Men don't have it. Okay? Ask my wife, okay? All right. What was your instinct that night?
She
Heather,
killed her.
thank you so much for becoming a member, my darling. Thank you, love. Appreciate it. Y'all, please, please, please welcome Heather. Curls look good on you, Heather. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Why are the wells so quiet now? Because they've got everything that they want. They are sitting up on top of a hill, right? Doing whatever they want to do. Candace has her Donnie. Don has enough money now for him to work and use his blow that he does. And they drink and they fight with each other, and they don't call the cops anymore. Kid free, no responsibility at all, and that's all they ever wanted. They've got a house, no kids, no nothing. Candace has her puppy, her her animals. Um, she has, a few people that believe her BS, that she spews, that she'll look someone in the eye and do this, and they'll believe him because she shows some emotion, which is good enough for them. Are they in the same house? They are in the same house. Yes. Yeah. Can is, but they're doing the best that they've done in a while. I think Candace is still grifting on YouTube, I'm sure. And the $600 a month car payment. Yes. Yeah. That car is ran literally into the fucking ground and has been for quite some time. Candace has ran into things, the fenders all jacked up and everything. Mortgage free, absolutely, absolutely. In my opinion, they got by with this whatever they did with Summer, and they got the boys taken away, and yeah, life's good for him. Life's good for him. But you know, if you don't admit your sins in this life, if you don't admit your sins, then you've got to pay for them in the next. And Don and Candace, it's better to pay for them in this life. Trust. I don't know what they've gotten away with, but they definitely gotten away with something, in my opinion. Didn't she have boys also? Yes, she has 7 children. She has 7 children that she has uh, had that have survived. Do they still get to see the boys? Oh, no, no, no. No. on the deathbed what will be said. I don't think that's I don't know. I don't want to get into that, but these folks remind me of half my family except the missing kid. I have a rough family, but I hope I turned out halfway decent. And I know, well, we are not our family. You know, that's the good thing. We all have independent. We make our we're individuals. We make our own decisions and all of that. So that's that's the good thing. Um, 1 second. One second, y'all. Trying to see if PG's going live tonight or not. I don't think she is. I have a feeling I'm going to be up all night mulling this over again and again and again. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. It's just it's time, man. Like they know where summer is. Dawn, you were not at work all day. You were not at work all day. 7 children that she birthed and was probably on substance for all of them. One was removed once she gave birth in the hospital because of yes. Yeah. Well, actually Mohawk, she was they had to rush her to the hospital because she was high on meth and she was giving birth. That's what it was. No, I was just looking to see if PG was going live, but she doesn't look like she's going on. She's going live. Hey, Liplock, do you see me? I see your highlighted chat on screen, but yeah, I don't know. I think I wonder if Dawn had went on several trips all over the freaking country whenever after Summer went missing, and I wonder if he's moved her. My opinion. I'm going back to CM at the house again. What do you mean CM? Oh, gotcha. Okay. Who knows, Don? I want to know where he put her on the day June 15th, 2021. Hey, sassy cat. Of course, Heather. Thank you for being here. Uh, Don did say Summer is far, far away and she won't be found. Were you in Hawkins County when you found the diamond a penny? Yes. Can't believe Don wasn't put in prison after that 911 call, Candace. It's craziness. It's craziness. Yeah, I'm hoping PG goes live. You was being warned to get out of there. Well, that was the first year, Grace. And I guess I was just warned getting out of my hotel room because I got out quick. Don, why the resurrection? Because he's I don't know. All right, guys. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Sad. This one really breaks my heart. This one and Michael Monkey Vaughn particularly. really sad. Quentin Simon is another one that really bothers me. Elijah Vu is bothering me too. How do people do this? How do they do this to children? And why? We just got to keep their names out. I'm going to be doing a live tomorrow on Elijah Vu, and we'll be talking about all kinds of stuff. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all. I am trying to recover. I think I've had a little stomach bug or something the last couple days, so I'm trying to get over it. I love you all. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hopefully PG will go live. PG, if you're watching, go live. We need PG time. Or if PG doesn't go live, we need maybe some lip lock no more time. Lip lock no more, or some smiley. I don't know. Someone. Love you guys. Good night. God bless. Love you guys too.